The clock that needed nothing. The most valuable clock in town was the one nobody trusted. When everything stopped, it was the only one still moving. There was a town that told perfect time. Not because the people were disciplined, not because they were wise, because a machine in the center of the square broadcast the correct hour to every clock in every home, every shop, every tower. One signal, one source. Zero error. The old watchmaker watched this happen from his window. He said nothing. He kept working. 2. When the magistrate fell ill, he summoned the watchmaker. Not for his clocks, for his legacy. "I will be gone before winter," the old man said. "I want my family to mark time for 100 years, without asking anyone's permission." The watchmaker understood. He did not reach for the newest parts. He reached for the oldest ones. 3. The magistrate's son visited the workshop once during those 14 months. Why not link it to the town signal like everything else? The watchmaker removed every component that could ask another machine for help. He did not look up. Because the town signal has an owner. The son called it unnecessarily complicated. He meant it as a criticism. 4. The magistrate died in November. 3 weeks later, the grid failed. At 6 a.m., every synchronized clock in the town stopped at exactly the same moment. Not 1 second before, not 1 second after. The market, which ran on timed auctions, collapsed into argument before noon. A surgeon arrived late to an operation. A widow waited 3 hours at a cemetery for a funeral that never began on time. She had checked her clock that morning. It had been perfect. 5. In the magistrate's house, one clock continued. Low, steady, indifferent to the emergency outside. The son stood in front of it for a long time. The gold watch on his wrist was silent. The iron in the wall was alive. He understood now that he had been describing its only virtue. 6. The town restored the grid within a week. The clocks resumed. But something didn't. The comfortable machine closed its gates again, and no one spoke about the 7 days. Not the surgeon. Not the widow. No one. That is the nature of a dependency. You do not notice until it fails and forget the moment it returns. 7. Then whose clock was it? The son asked, much later. The watchmaker looked at him. The same person who owned the signal. The son had no answer for that. Neither did anyone else in the town. They had simply never thought to ask. 8. The magistrate did not ask for the most accurate clock. He asked for one that needed nothing. Consider what you rely on today. The platforms, the tools, the systems that carry your income, your attention, your thinking. If the signal stopped tomorrow, what would still move? 9. The watchmaker never told anyone what to build. He only refused certain things. That refusal was the design. 10. There is a difference between a clock that is right and a clock that is yours. Most people discover it